Greeting dear students, today we will be doing the rules of debit and credit through modern approach. In the previous lectures we have already done the rules of debit and credit through traditional approach as well as through 2G approach. Now what will happen in this modern approach? We classify all the accounts under this modern approach. Accounts are classified under 5 categories. Let us see those 5 categories. So those 5 categories are, first category is asset, then second category will be capital, liability, fourth one is your expenses and losses, and the last category is income and revenues. So through these categories we will be studying how to record a transaction. And you know that while recording the transaction we need to check that debit side has to be equal to credit side. So let us see what are the rules of recording all these 5 accounts. So if you see the details of accounting equation, we know that this accounting equation always hold true. So left hand side is always equal to right hand side. So if I am taking increase in right hand side as debit, then obviously the increase in this side will be credit. This is known as liability side because this is your internal liabilities and this is your external liabilities. Internal liability towards the owner, external liabilities towards the outsiders. So increase in liability here will be credited and increase in assets will be debited. So if you observe this, we have framed 3 rules. Increase, if increase is debited, then decrease will be credited, and likewise if here increase is credited, decrease will be debited. So you can say that this modern approach is also based on accounting equation. So somehow we are being able to apply the accounting equation. So here we can write down, you can write down the rules here. If there is increase in asset, it will be debited, and decrease in asset will be credited. Increase in asset, debit, decrease in asset, credit. Now the opposite rule, because this capital and liabilities are written on the opposite side, so opposite rule will be applicable for capital and liability. Here increase, I am using this sign increase. Increase in capital is credited because this is on the left hand side, and rule which is applicable for right hand side will be opposite for left hand side. And decrease in capital will be debited. Similarly, the same rule for L. L means liabilities. Increase in liabilities these are your liabilities. So this is increase in liabilities will be credited, and decrease in liabilities will be debited. Now again comes the rule for expense and losses, and this was not there in accounting equation. So how to deal with expense and losses? You know that expense and losses are deducted from the capital. It means the rule which is applicable for capital, the opposite rule will be applicable for expenses and losses, because these expenses and losses will reduce owner's fund. So the rule for this will be opposite of capital. It means increase in expenses or losses will be debited and decrease in expenses will be credited. So likewise, income, we used to add income in accounting equation. So adding means the same rule will be applicable which is there for capital. So increase in income or revenues. This is your sale, and incomes are other incomes and profits. Increase in income will be credited and decrease in income will be debited. So these are the 5 rules. So I am making it more simpler by making a table so that you will be able to learn these rules properly. So you can make 4 columns to study these rules, and remember also five categories. So I am making 5 rows. Yes. So under this, this will be your accounts, category of accounts, and this will be their original balance. Original balance, and here increase and if decrease. So first one is asset. This is the first one. What is the original balance of asset? If capital and liabilities has a credit balance, assets will have a debit balance. And if it has a debit balance, if you want to increase, it will be debited. And decrease is just opposite. You can take this as your plus sign. If suppose you want to increase your plus sign, plus figure, you will add, and if you want to decrease that plus figure, you will use the opposite sign. So these are the 2 opposite signs which we will be utilizing in case of increase and decrease. So next is, let us write the items of similar nature. So same for assets and expense. Here it will be debited, original debit, increase debit and credit. So third rule is for capital. Now capital is written on the left hand side, so just opposite rule will be applicable here. It has a credit balance, and increase means same sign, credit, and decrease debit. Liabilities, again credit, increase credit, decrease debit. Then income and revenues, credit, increase credit, decrease debit. So these are the rules according to modern approach. Whenever there is increase in asset, it is to be debited. When your asset will increase, when you buy furniture, when you buy land, when you purchase machinery, your asset will increase. But at the same time, your cash will decrease. Your cash or your bank balance will decrease. So decrease in asset will be credited and increase in asset will be debited. Likewise, when you incur expenses, in that case, the expense will be debited, and whatever you are paying for that expense, that will be credited. It can be either cash or bank balance. So the capital, in capital, when owner introduce capital, then capital will increase, and simultaneously business will be getting assets. So that rule will be applying with mix and match rule. One rule of capital, another rule of asset. So like we did in case of traditional approach, we follow the mix and match approach. So here also we'll be following the mix and match approach. But before that, you should be able to trace out all these 5 categories, then only you will be able to apply the rules. So let us do a numerical from T.S. Grewal. Few questions are given in T.S. Grewal through which you will be able to classify all these 5 categories of these accounts. So I hope you will be able to see this particular numerical. Question number 2. Classify this question number 2. Classify the following assets, liabilities, capital, expenses and revenue. First is land, investment, building, interest received, salary, bank overdraft, debtor, creditor, bank bad debts, capital, depreciation, motor vehicle, furniture, wages, goodwill and repair. And you need to classify them into 5 categories: assets, liability, capital and revenue. So let us do this particular question, and for this you need to draw the table. Yes, so let us draw the table first, because by drawing a table you will be able to present it properly. So in table we will be making 5 columns, one for asset, then expenses, capital, liability and then income. So let us draw 5 columns. This is my question number 2 of T.S. Grewal's book, latest edition. Otherwise this question will be there in the old edition also. So if you have old edition, don't worry, you can do from that also. So first of all I am writing here assets, then expenses, then capital, liability, and the last one is income or revenues. Here you can write expense or losses. So let us see the first account. First type of category which is given to us is land. So land will come under asset because this is your property. Now the second one which is given to us is investment. Investment is again your asset. Then next is your building. Next, interest received. Interest received, your income. So the fourth is interest. This is question number 2 of T.S. Grewal's book. You can write the page number also. Page number is 6.16. Interest received. And the next is salary. Salary is your expense. And next is bank overdraft. Bank overdraft is your liability when you withdraw more than your deposits. bank overdraft. And the next is debtors. Debtors will be your asset. Next is your creditor. Creditor is your liability. They have written Roman numbers, so you can write accordingly. Bad debts. Bad debts is your loss. The next is capital. Capital will come under the category of capital. So you must remember all these categories thoroughly so that you will be able to apply the rule accordingly. Depreciation is your expense. Next is motor vehicle. And next is freight. Freight is your expense. Wages, again expense. Then goodwill. Goodwill is your asset. And the last one is repair. So this way you will be able to categorize them. So finally, this is the category. So whenever such type of question is asked, always try to show the presentation like this. Now let us move to question number 3. So let us see the question number 3. I hope you will be able to see question number 3 on your screen. This is question number 3. Classify the following into assets, liability, capital, revenue and expenses. It means they are talking about modern approach. Again, different types of assets, liability, capital, revenue are given. So let us make the same type of table again. There will be 5 columns. Assets, expenses, then capital, liabilities and income and revenues. So the first is plant and machinery is given to you. So plant and machinery will come under assets. Now next is bank loan. It will come under liability. Next, sales. Sale is your revenue. It will come under this category, revenue category. Next is rent. Rent is your expense. Next, discount received. Discount received is your income. Discount received. This is CEIVED. Discount received. Now next is, after discount received is your carriage inward. Carriage inward is your expense. The next is carriage outward. Carriage inward is on purchase, carriage on purchase, and carriage outward is on sale. Carriage outward. Next one is purchases. Again we are treating purchase as expense and not as an asset. Next, bills payable. This is also liability when you make payment on time. You are bound to make the payment on time. Now next is wages. Wages is again your expenses. Then advance income. Advance income is your liability. And next, accrued income. Accrued income is your asset. Next is goodwill. Goodwill is again your asset. And furniture and fixture, this is your asset. Fixture means fixed furniture, like you have blackboard and cupboard in your class, so fixed furniture. Outstanding expenses, it's your liability. Outstanding expenses, and then capital. So now we have categorized the items. If suppose they will say that what is the rule for increase in asset, so we'll say that these are the assets and the rule is debit the increase. So for that you must know whether these items are assets, liabilities, capital, or whatever. So you need to trace out the category first according to this modern approach. So you can give the heading also, classification according to as per modern approach. Now let us do question number 4. Let us see what is there in question number 4. You can see this question number 4 on your screen. On which side will the increase in the following accounts be recorded? Also state the nature of these accounts. So furniture, Mohan, owner. Owner account is represented by capital, salary, purchase, sales, interest paid. Sohan and Ram is a debtor. So let us make 3 columns. First column for these items and then their original balance, and then we'll write where we are going to record the increase. So I am making 3 columns here. And again we need to follow the modern approach. So this is question number 4. So first of all we'll write the name of the account and then original balance. It's original balance, whether it's debit or credit, and then we'll write the increase. So first one is furniture. What is the nature of the furniture? Furniture is our asset, and asset will have an original balance of debit, so increase will also be debited. Next is, second is Mohan, owner. Owner means the category is capital. You can make one more column for category, that will be better. So capital original balance is credit, and if you want to increase, give credit again. And third category is salary. Third account is salary, and type of account is, this is expense. Original balance debit, and increase is also debit. So you can observe increase, whenever we need to increase the balances, we are writing the same accounts. Increase debit, increase credit. Original balance debit, increase is also debit. Original balance credit, increase is also credit. So the next one is, after salary, it's purchases. Purchase, again it's an expense, debit, and then debit. Now next is, after purchases, it's sales. sale is a revenue credit, and the increase is also credit. Now next is after revenue, interest paid. Interest paid will be expenses, and expense debit, and increase is also debit. And the next is Sohan. Sohan is a creditor. Creditor means it's a liability. And what is the original balance of liability? It's credit. And if you want to increase, it will be credited again. Ram is a debtor. Debtor means it's your asset. So what is to be done with the asset? As original balance of asset is debit, and increase is also debited. This is debit. So I hope you will be able to understand the presentation and how this is to be done. And now let us do the next question, question number 5. On which side, this is question number 5, on which side will the decrease in the following accounts be recorded? Also state the nature of the account. So let us make the format here in this particular page also. So this is my question number 5. So what I am required to show, decrease in the following accounts be recorded. Decrease in account. So here this is account, and you can write, if you wish to write, category and then decrease. So first account is, which they have given, is cash. Cash will come under which category? It is an asset. Original balance of asset is debit, but if you want to decrease, it will be credited. Now second is, which is given to us, is bank overdraft. Bank overdraft. Bank overdraft is your liability. Original balance is credit, and if you want to decrease, it will be debited. So the third one is outstanding salary. So this outstanding salary category is liability. It has a credit balance, and if you want to decrease, it will be debited. Now see the next one, outstanding rent. Outstanding rent, which category? Same category, liability. Original balance is credit, and if you want to decrease, it will be debited. And see the next one. Next is prepaid insurance. Prepaid insurance is your asset because you have paid the insurance in advance. Prepaid insurance. This is insurance. So this is your asset. And what is the category? What is the original balance of asset? It is debit. And if you want to decrease it, it will be credited. And the last one is, sixth one, Sixth is given for Mohan, owner. Mohan, he is the owner, means they are talking about capital, category capital, credit. If you want to decrease capital, give debit. So this is how you are required to do these numericals. Now let us move to the next question. And the next question is, from the following transactions, state the nature of account and state which account will be debited and which account will be credited. So here we need to make analytical table, and since they have not given us which rule will be applicable, so here you can do either with the help of modern approach or with the help of traditional approach. So let us read. Manu started business with cash. He purchased furniture for business. These are the amounts given in front of this. Purchase goods on credit from Anshul. Paid to his creditor Anshul. Paid salary to his clerk. Paid rent. Received rent. So let us make 3 columns. We need to make one for one column for serial number, and next column for accounts involved, and then nature, and after writing the nature we need to write the rule applicable. So let us leave more space for rule applicable, and then finally which account to be debited or account to be credited. So this is my question number 6 of T.S. Grewal's book, and you need to practice the similar type of numerical from other books also. So what is the name of this table? This is the analytical table, which is very important part, especially for the beginners. Serial number, here accounts involved, and here we'll be writing the category, and after that we'll be writing rule applicable, and application of rule. Application of rule means one step before the journal entry. And while forming journal entry, debit amount has to be written first, but here because I am teaching you how to frame or how to trace out 2 accounts and what is to be done with those accounts, which account is to be debited, which account is to be credited, so we are overlooking that part. You can write anything, like you can write credit amount first, or if you wish to write, you can write debit amount first, but otherwise your concept must be clear which account is to be debited and which to be credited. So the first transaction, so you can write the transaction if you wish to write. Here you can write the transaction, you can leave more space for transaction as you used to do in accounting equation, but I am not doing that. I'm not, and moreover you don't have to change the order if you are not writing the details. So Manu started business with cash. So when you are starting business with cash, there will be 2 accounts. First is cash and another is capital. 2 accounts will be involved. What is the category of cash? Cash is your asset and capital is your capital only. And what is happening to these assets? Cash is increasing, capital increasing. So which rule will be applicable? You know that in modern approach you are having 2 rules for each item. each category. So which rule you will be applying for asset? Asset increase. Asset increase means debit increase in asset. And here capital, what is happening to capital? Capital increase, credit. So credit increase in capital. So finally connect this with this. What is to be debited? Cash debit. So here you will be giving debit to cash and credit to capital. So I am not framing journal entry. I am just telling you which account is to be debited and which is to be credited, and what will be the amount. Amounts which are written here are 1 lakh, 1 lakh. So even I am not interested in writing the amounts, because that you will be able to do it. But if suppose some compound journal entry comes, then we'll mention the amounts. But otherwise, if you wish to mention, you can write with 1 lakh and 1 lakh. So next is he purchased for business. He purchased furniture for the business. So when he purchased furniture for the business, then furniture and cash. These are the two accounts involved in this particular transaction. Furniture is your asset, and for asset is increasing, and cash is also your asset, but here asset is decreasing. Increase in asset, debit, decrease in asset, credit. So finally furniture, you can put a line just to differentiate this. Furniture account will be debited and cash account will be credited, and the amount will be 20,000. Now see the next one. Third transaction is purchase goods on credit from Anshul. So you are buying goods on credit. So what will happen when you buy goods on credit? Purchase and Anshul. Anshul is your creditor. I need to write it in full. Creditor. So purchase is your expense, and what is happening to expense? Expense increase. And this is your liability, and what is happening to liability? Liability is also increasing. So what is to be done when expense increase? It is to be debited. So you can write in full, like debit, like this way. If you wish to write here, you can write debit increase in asset and credit decrease in asset, because it will be better if you write the full rule. So debit increase in expenses, because this way you will be able to learn them also if you write in full. And here credit increase in liability. So application debit means purchase, debit, and credit means creditor Anshul. Anshul will be credited, and the amount which is given in the numerical is 6,000. So I hope you are getting these things, all these items. So now let us move to the next one. Fourth transaction is related to paid to his creditor. We are making payment to creditor. So when you make payment to creditor, first of all Anshul, your creditor, and cash. So these are the two accounts involved. Category of Anshul is liability, and here there is a decrease in liability. And category of cash is asset, decrease in asset. Decrease in liability is to be debited. So debit, decrease in liability, and credit, decrease in asset. And connect this with this. So Anshul will be debited and cash will be credited. I hope you are getting this analysis. This analysis will make your foundation very strong, I am telling you. So do it thoroughly, because journal entry is very important part of any kind of accounting, whether you are doing graduation or post graduation. This is the base of accounting. So Anshul is debited. Let us see how much you are paying. Paid Anshul creditor, we are paying just 2000 to Anshul. So only 2000 is paid out of 6000. Now fifth transaction is paid salary to clerk. So when you paid salary to clerk, one is salary, another is cash. Salary is your expense, increase in expense, and cash is your asset, decrease in asset. So increase in expense, debit, increase in expense, and credit, decrease in asset. So here connect with this. Salary will be debited and cash will be credited, and the amount herein, it will be 1000. In the next lecture, I'll tell you how to frame these journal entries, but here you should know the analytical table. And sixth is paid rent. When you pay rent, again the similar type of accounts are involved. One is here salary and cash, here rent and cash. This is increase in expenses. What is the rule for increase in expense? Debit, increase in expense, and here it is decrease in asset. So credit, decrease in asset. And now while connecting this with this, rent is to be debited and cash is to be credited. Now let us see the amounts. Amount of rent is 500. See, if you observe, debit amount is equal to credit amount in each and every transaction. Otherwise, you are not fulfilling double entry system. Received interest. So when you receive interest, you are receiving in, nothing is mentioned, it means you are receiving in cash. So cash and interest received. Two accounts are involved. One is cash, another is interest. Cash is your asset. So asset is increasing because you are receiving interest, and this is your income. So increase in income. Rule for increase in asset: debit, increase in asset. And while here it will be credit, increase in income. Now connect with this. Cash will be debited and interest received. Interest received will be credited. And what is the amount? Amount is 200. So this is how we need to analyze the transaction. So today we have done all the questions up to question number 6, and I hope the question which I gave you in the Zoom class, this question number 1, this you must have completed. This question number 1, land and building category according to the traditional method. So dear students, today we have learned the rules according to modern approach. We divided the accounts into 5 categories: assets, capital, liability, expenses and losses, income and revenue. So these are the broad 5 categories, and we came to know their original balances, and what is to be done when they are increasing and what is to be done when they are decreasing. If they are increasing, then we will be applying the same sign, but if they are decreasing, then we need to apply the opposite sign. And we have done few numericals, question number 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So that's all for today. Practice more and more numerical from T.S. Grewal as well as from NCERTs. Thank you. Have a nice day.